Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to the World of Wrestling podcast. Here today to discuss about the WWE Wrestlemania 41 Night 1 review. And I will say Night 1 had its good, it had its bad, especially commentary was bloody awful. I don't understand what the hell was going on there. They were making mistakes. Michael Cole seemed like he didn't know what to fucking say. There were statistic mistakes that were made. Sounded like Michael Cole was possibly drunk, but he wasn't slurring words or anything, but he was making tons of mistakes, which is very unusual for him. He doesn't usually do that. I mean, he'll make a mistake here and there, but throughout the entire night, there was some sort of mistake he was making, which is very unusual for him, in my opinion. I mean, he makes mistakes, don't get me wrong, but not to this level. This was really bad commentating by him. The emotion, though, was there. Pat McAfee and Wade Barrett added to the mix together with Michael Cole was not bad. Some of the matches were good. Some of the matches were just fucking whatever. Like, really, did you have to put this on the show? It really was shit. So let's kick start it. We had Jey Uso going up against Gunther to open up the show for the World Heavyweight title. This match was okay. It went about, I think, 15 minutes. I'd give it a 3 out of 5 stars. I would rank it a little higher had the ending not be so dreadful. Watching Gunther tap out to a rear naked choke, I think that was absolutely dreadful. Like, that's how you book your ending for this match? Like, come on. Have a long, drawn-out struggle where Jey Uso is preventing him from getting to the ropes or something. And make Gunther pass out, not tap out to fucking Jey Uso. There was no struggle at all. He just eventually, he laid there for like a few seconds. I'd say about 30 seconds, and then he just tapped out. I was not impressed with the ending. I'm glad that Jey Uso got his moment, but in all honesty, it was not to the level of anything close to the Yes Movement or Kofi Mania, nothing of that kind of nature. It was just a simple, normal match. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. And that's why I'm giving it right in the middle of the road, a 3 out of 5 stars. I think it wasn't that impressive. It was okay. It wasn't like I said, it's not a bad match. It's just the way it ended just fell flat. It just did not feel like the way I would imagine you end a match with Gunther tapping out. Really, it wasn't even them that messed the whole thing up. It was the booking decision. How they ended it is what I have a huge issue with. But yeah, this match, 3 out of 5 stars, middle of the road match, nothing special, but not horrible either. Next we had the World Tag Team titles. The, Viking Raiders versus the New Day. This match was not at all interesting, just a normal, this could have been booked on a fucking Raw show, to be quite frank with you guys. I don't think that this was even worthy to be on the WrestleMania card. I think we would have had a better time watching the WWE Tag Team title match being taken place in a triple threat type of situation like what we're seeing on next week's SmackDown. I think that would have been the better choice to go with. This match did not belong here. 100%. Piss poor. Boring as hell. Just another reign for the New Day under a different identity, being as heels. That's it. Plain and simple. Match was boring. They had a cheat at the end to win on top of it. It just was bland as shit. Nothing important happened here. If you missed it, you didn't miss anything. You could have been gone for the whole entire time, taking a piss, shit, reading a book, whatever. Reading stuff online about other things that you're interested in. It wouldn't make a damn difference. This was garbage. I give it a 1.5 stars out of 5. Trash. Next, we had Jade Cargill and Naomi. They had a decent matchup. People will say that Jade Cargill sucks. I would agree with them, but this match was an improvement. I mean, there's another match on here that was below the level of this match, which is sad. Because Jade Cargill, I will openly admit to everyone that I do not like her in-ring skills. I'm not impressed with her ability. It is not great. She looked like she fucked up her knee right in the beginning of the match with a backbreaker. She looked like she landed the wrong way when she put Naomi on her knee. The new theme song by Naomi, by the way, I absolutely love it. Reminds me of a Rhea Ripley type of theme song. I think it's excellent. It fits her personality at this point in time with her character. And I have no issues with it. 100% love it. This match was fair. It was decent. It had some moments of entertainment. People got excited, made some noise. There was something about the match that meant something. It didn't feel bleh. It had a story behind it about a woman who was attacked by another woman. Feels that Jade Cargill was pennybacking off of the back of Bianca Belair, and she wanted revenge. She wanted to remove Jade Cargill from the situation and share the spotlight with Bianca where she felt she belonged. And that's what she did. My problem with this match was the fact that they had Naomi take the L here. I did not like that. I think that was terrible. I don't think that was the proper way to go. I think Naomi losing to Jade Cargill was terrible. So another poor booking decision on the match itself, but the match as quality, physical work that was involved, I think it was fair. It was a good match. It wasn't bad by any means. I do follow JD from New York 206. He was on his X profile. My friend has X. I don't. Actually, I'm thinking about getting it just for the sake of maybe kind of enhancing my channel a little bit, maybe reach more followers and so forth. Since everyone seems to be doing it, it seems to help in some cases. I don't know how to use X. I don't really care to. Honestly, with the amount of comments that people say to each other and the cesspool of shit that people say to one another, I don't particularly care for it. It's not my cup of tea. That's why I don't have Instagram and fucking X and all that garbage. There's nothing worth wasting my time over listening to a bunch of fucking lifeless people talking shit online to each other. Like, just shut the fuck up. If you can't talk constructively or, critique correctly without being malicious about it, then you have no business saying anything. Just shut up. I mean, it's one thing to critique, express your opinions and whatnot. It's another thing to go ahead and literally say, oh, this one's a piece of shit, or just because I don't agree with your opinion, I don't like that garbage. I see a lot of people go through that are bigger YouTubers than I. I'm a small little freaking YouTube channel, then I've had people on this channel say shit to me before. I don't barely recognize their comments. I explain my personal view as to why, and I say to them, okay, if you don't like what I have to say or you don't agree with what I'm saying, Why are you here? What are you wasting your time for talking to me about something that you and I don't agree upon? It's fucking dumb and a waste of your time, personally. Ain't no waste of mine. I don't care. I'll make my comment because I, have a commitment to this channel. I tell you guys, when you leave a comment, I will respond to it. I will not just ignore you guys by any means. I respond to every comment that's made. Now, granted, if I started getting hundreds of comments, I'm not going to be able to legitimately be able to comment to every single one of you. I'd be spending my whole fucking day doing that. That would just be absolutely insane. So, once I reach a certain point, I'm not going to be able to do that, in which case I will then inform you guys. I won't be able to reach out to every single one of you. But in the meantime, with the amount of comments I get, it's easy to keep up after. But I will always be honest with you guys. I don't bullshit or, tell you guys one thing and then do another. Unless it has something to do with my own personal life that prevents me from actually doing a video. I've been busy with a lot of stuff. I've been interested in having some time to myself. I've been burnt out from doing my YouTube channel and doing my actual job, my 9-to-5 job. So it's, kind of worn on me. I've kind of slowed down a little bit on the content, but I've been sticking towards the wrestling portion of things. Boxing and MMA have kind of slacked off on a little bit with the news and rumors, but I've been keeping up after it. I bookmark all these news and rumors for boxing and UFC stuff. But let me get back into this review, though. So, back to Jade Cargill and Naomi. Again, I'm going to give this match a 3 out of 5 stars. Despite the ending, I did not like the ending. It ruined everything, personally. Naomi was getting her ass kicked multiple times before we even got to this point. And I honestly don't see the reason why she had to lose. I really don't. I think Jade Cargill could have taken the L here. It wouldn't have hurt her by any means. If you go ahead and you flip the script with Naomi to going to Bianca Belair at this point, it doesn't feel at all any good. I think it was a terrible decision. The match itself was not bad, again, so 3 out of 5 stars for that match. The next match after that, I believe, was the United States Championship match with LA Knight and Jacob Fatu. Believe it or not, I was surprised. I thought Jacob Fatu was going to lose this match. He actually did not. I'm just glad I did not. I bet on 3 matches for tonight. Jey Uso winning the world title and the New Day winning the tag team title match. And then I bet on the main event, which I lost. And I knew I had a high probability of losing. I made all kinds of reasons why he could have won, but the ending of that match was great. I'll get into that once we get to the ending of this review, since it is the main event. But yes, Jacob Fatu and LA Knight was a good United States Championship match. It was a good mid-card matchup. Overall, I enjoyed that. That match, I'm giving a 3.5 stars out of 5. Next, we had Rey Fenix against El Grande Americano. This match was great. I really enjoyed this match. This was a fun fucking match to watch. I was glad to see Chad Gable as El Grande Americano winning the matchup overall. I thought it was really nice. It was a nice way of giving Chad Gable a W. It may not have been under his legit name that he uses as his, when you can see his face instead of wearing the mask, but I still say that this was a good match, regardless of the fact he wasn't playing as himself. And beating Rey Fenix actually was a little surprising. I wouldn't have been so surprised if it was Rey Mysterio, but him beating Rey Fenix in Rey Fenix's first match at WrestleMania, in a debut WrestleMania match, I was a bit surprised by that. But I'm glad they stuck with El Grande Americano. This match I'm giving a 4 out of 5 stars. And that's saying a lot because this match was only 7 minutes and 55 seconds long. And I think it deserved a lot more time than this. I think the Tiffany Stratton Charlotte Flair match, which is the next match on the card, could have been shortened by like 7 minutes. I'd have given them only 12 minutes to do their match, because this match went it went 19 minutes and 5 seconds. This match sucked. I mean, it fucking sucked. Tiffany Stratton retained. I was happy about that, but the match overall in itself was shit. This match is a 2 out of 5 stars without question. Only reason why I'm giving it 2 stars is on account of the fact they picked Tiffany Stratton to retain. And boy, am I glad they did, because that would have just made things worse. But yes, this was a fucking terrible match compared to Jade Cargill and Naomi. Fucking terrible match. Boring as shit. Being treated as one of the main events of Night 1's main card. And it was the co-main event to the triple threat match. And this was just garbage. I absolutely fucking hated this match. I was like, can this match fucking end? It dragged so long. 19 minutes. I would have been okay if it was 12 minutes. Took 7 minutes off of that match. Added to the Chad Gable, Rey Fenix match. That would have made it 14 minutes and 55 seconds for that match. And only 12 minutes and 5 seconds for the Women's Championship match. I would have been fine with that. That would have been a nice balanced out situation right there. I think Chad Gable and Rey Fenix got shortchanged in this pay-per-view card. Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte Flair did not kill it together. They did not gel well. They seemed like they were confused. It looked like they were on the fly trying to figure out what they were doing in the middle of that ring. It looked like they were just fucking botching all over the place. They did not have good chemistry working together. I just was not impressed with the work. They didn't gel together. They weren't good dance partners. It just was a complete and utter mess. That's really what it was. It was just a fucking mess. That's the best way to describe this match. I'd say 2 out of 5 stars without question. Really a letdown of a match. It's only like one step above fucking the World Tag Team title match, which is the absolute worst match of them all. I would say this match was terrible, but they picked the right fucking group. A right woman to win the match, I should say. What the fuck am I talking about? Anyway, main event, Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, CM Punk, triple threat match. Paul Heyman was the star of this entire match. He made this match work. He made this match really make you invest in what was going to happen at the end of all this. He was fucking great. Now, I will critique one thing that they did with Paul Heyman that I thought looked a little silly. You got Paul Heyman turning on Roman Reigns. Initially, you think he's turning on him. And he's giving the chair to CM Punk near the end. And he's holding Punk up as if he might fall down. So he's standing behind him or beside him, you could say. And he's holding him by the arm so he won't fall or some shit. And then the moment that CM Punk finally gained, his balance and everything, comes right behind him, fucking low blows him. Looked obvious as shit. I knew that was happening. And then he goes, "Here you go, my tribal chief," holding the title as if it's on a fucking silver platter, ready to be served to Roman Reigns to do whatever he wants with it. And he goes, "There he is, your tribal chief. He's right there for the taking." Looked exactly the same position as what Kevin Owens was in, where he could hit him right in the back. Actually, he was hitting him, I think, square in the stomach or something, or in the head. And this was when Sami Zayn finally went up against Roman Reigns and had enough of his crap. So Roman Reigns is getting ready to haul off and hit Seth Rollins right in the head. Roman and Paul Heyman stand right behind him, same way as CM Punk. Low blowed him and stuck it right up in there. I mean, he stuck it real good. He literally was looking like, he was like, give me my hand back. He couldn't even get it out of there. It was stuck between Roman Reigns' legs, trying to hit him in the balls. And then finally he did. And then just like Seth Rollins did what he had to do to get the win. And he won. Many times it was looking like Roman Reigns. He had a lot of the spots in this match where he looked like he had a high probability of winning this match. I was extremely astonished. I was saying to myself, if Roman Reigns won this match, I think I'd stop watching WWE. That would be absolutely fucking ridiculous. But I told you guys, I said Seth Rollins or CM Punk was going to win this match, and one of them had to pin Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns had to take the L here. Because Seth Rollins has taken too many L's from CM Punk, and CM Punk has taken too many L's from, or CM Punk's taken too many L's in these pay-per-views. So, I mean, he lost technically, but he didn't eat the pinfall, which I'm glad. I mean, he lost at the Royal Rumble. He was eliminated, so he was part of the end result. There was only going to be one winner. Everyone else was going to be losers. And he was eliminated. So he was thrown over the top rope, so that counts to me as a loss. And he lost because he was eliminated out of the Elimination Chamber as the last guy. And he lost that match. So he was eliminated in both of those matches. This match, though, is a little different. He can be on the losing end, but he also wasn't the guy taking the pinfall. So if he's not taking the pinfall, in my book, he may have lost, but he didn't lose in the same way he lost at the Royal Rumble and Elimination Chamber. So there's something to build there. He got his main event spot. Unfortunately, he was not the winner of his match. He's been, saying a bunch of times, he's going to win. He's going to win the big one. And he keeps on losing. Now, like I said, he didn't get pinned. He still lost, but he did not lose like the last two matches that he's been a part of. So, I'm still kind of frustrated that Punk has not received his W in a major match. But the way they ended this was great. I cannot complain that CM Punk didn't win the match. This was a fun, very entertaining, and just Paul Heyman being the old Paul Heyman of old. Heyman did a double turn on both Roman and CM Punk in this match in one shot. And then helped Seth Rollins win. Now, they could have simply just had in the middle of a moment where they could have done this like in a situation where Paul Heyman had the chair. All three of them were looking at him as if like they were waiting for him to just pick who he wanted to give the chair to. And he could have easily just slid it as hard as he could to Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins picks up the chair and just nails both of them and then finishes them off with a 1-2-3 victory. That could have been the way they could have done this match. But they didn't. They did a double turn on both of them, and then Seth Rollins was the guy walking away with Paul Heyman. The match itself was good. The action was gelled well with all three of these guys. They all connected finishers in one spot on one another each. I thought it was fucking great. Great main event. 4.5 out of 5 stars. I mean, I was really impressed. Despite the fact that I, bet on this match with CM Punk, I did not care. This was a fucking entertaining match. 100%. No complaints coming from me at all. This was an excellent matchup. There's no reason for anyone to complain. You want to complain about how they got here? Alright, fine. You can complain all you want. You have a right to complain about that. They didn't really have much of a story. There wasn't much here. The story was about Paul Heyman and his loyalty was to. And apparently he changed his loyalty to Seth Rollins. Does that bleed over into night 2's main event? It might. We just might see Seth Rollins be the third man. The man with The Rock. He could go ahead and sell his soul to The Rock at WrestleMania in the main event of night 2 and help John Cena become the WWE champion. And in return, he becomes the World Heavyweight Champion on Raw. And ends Jey Uso's reign as quickly as it started, for all we know. It's going to be exciting to see what Night 2 has in store for us. I mean, in this matchup, again, 4.5 stars out of 5. Night 2, we got 7 matches on here. Randy Orton's waiting to see who his opponent's going to be. That should be interesting. Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez are going to defend their tag team titles against Lyra Valkyria and a future opponent to be announced. That's going to be Becky Lynch without a doubt. I don't know why Bayley is being, storyline-wise, taken out of this scenario. It just makes no sense to me. We got Damian Priest, Drew McIntyre in a street fight. And we got Braun Breaker defending the IC title in a fatal 4-way match. Should be good. I got either Braun Breaker or Dominic Mysterio winning that match. I'm fine with either one of those two. Anyone else between the other two, like Finn Balor and Penta, I just don't care for it. And Finn Balor is the least one that makes any sense. Io Sky in a triple threat match defending her women's world title against Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair. That should be an awesome match. That's going to kickstart the show. So it should be really good. I think it's probably going to be better than the world title match from tonight. AJ Styles and Logan Paul should be a fun, entertaining banger of a match. And then Cody Rhodes, of course, defending the world title against John Cena on the SmackDown side of things. That should be fun too. It really should be fun to see how everything unfolds in that match, how they put everything together, and where it goes at that point. But WrestleMania Night 1, average show, pretty decent very good main event, I should say, not decent. And there was some good matches, and there was some really terrible fucking booking decisions and shitty ass fucking matches. The World Tag Team titles and the Women's WWE Championship matches, both shit. The absolute worst ones on this card. The World Championship, middle of the road match. The two best matches on this card, I would go out and say it would be the El Grande Americano versus Rey Fenix. That was a fun matchup. It was way too short of a match in my opinion. I think they could have done longer on that. And the triple threat match was excellent. By far one of the better matches on this entire card, and well deserving of the main event based on the quality of work that they put into this match. Was excellent. The U.S. Championship, I'd say that was a little bit in between, middle of the road, and very good. So I'd say it was a fair, entertaining matchup. Jacob Fatu getting the W for the U.S. Championship. Extremely happy for him. I'm glad he was able to get his first singles championship. Hope he has a good run with that title and they do good by him with that championship. Maybe bring some good prestige to that title. So only time will tell what they do there. And that was pretty much the entire card in a nutshell. So again, like I said, there was some of it was real trash, some of it was fairly decent, and other parts of it was really good. So I'd say it's about right in the middle of the road, and that's basically it. So that's all I have to say at this time, though, guys. So if you'd like to go ahead and you enjoyed this video, by all means, I would greatly appreciate it by you hitting the like button, hit the subscribe button if you're not already subscribed to the channel, and leave a comment down below, and I'll definitely get back to you on that. Thank you guys very much for watching, and have a great night, guys. Bye.